Okay, we are in process of doing the spindle swap for lowering the Z06 with the Z07 performance package. But there's a few things I wanted to go over, and I think it's extremely important that we discuss installation and inspection. Well, removal and inspection. Let's use it that way. Let's first start off with this. If you could see, there is extreme amounts of oxidation on this. And the backside of the brake rotor was really pretty roughed up. This could be due to any type of maybe high corrosion condition, maybe extreme cleaners for the wheels. We just don't know. So let's be very clear about this. You don't ever want to see this, because what this does is, because the brake rotor bolts up against this, it's going to create runout, and that's going to create problems. But what else do we have as far as these go? Well, we also have oxidation and problems at the back side. This is where one of the screws go to hold the brake duct deflector. And see, that bottom one there is actually busted. Now, what happens is, whatever type of corrosive environment this was in, it created more problems than just that. See that right there? That's a broken screw right there. And these screws are only torqued to 26 inch-pounds. That's all they're torqued to. And you get oxidation. See that one right there? Snaps the head right off of it. So thankfully we're not reusing the spindles, because if we were, we'd have to drill those fasteners out. So I also ordered brand new fasteners. But let's move up to the front end of the vehicle. Now you could see from the front end, you could see that it's fairly open at the ball joints. Right there, that's your lower one, there's your upper one. And there's a special tool that we use to remove it. But while I was getting prepared to do this, what else did I notice? The shock absorber is leaking oil at a very, very, very fast rate. You could see it completely soaked the bottom of the ball joint and the control arm. See all this? Yeah, not pretty. So we have to advise the customer about the shock absorber. Now, unfortunately, it is not under bumper-to-bumper warranty anymore, so we're going to have to make a phone call. But in the same instance, you look at the other side, shock absorber, we'll go over here. Shock absorber is completely dry, and everything looks good. But we were talking about access to the ball joints. And back to the rear of the vehicle, with the half shaft in place, you can't get to the lower ball joint to get the tool in here, okay? Because it's all the way in there. You can see the half shaft is right here. So how am I going to do it? There is a GM special tool that we use for the bottom, but there's still not enough clearance. So what we're going to do is, we're going to be replacing this inner fender liner. You could see a lot of the cloth fabric is missing. We're going to take this out, but what I'm going to do is, I'm going to remove the upper control arm frame mount points, and I'm going to take the entire thing and bring it this way. Then I can take the half shaft, push it out, and push it to the side. Then I can get the special tool in that gap in order to remove the lower ball joint. The upper ball joint, we actually have a special tool that we're going to use for that. It's the old tool that we use for the 5th generation Corvettes. But on the lower, there's a different tool part number. So we have 2 different special tools that we need to use on this. So what did we figure out? What we figured out was that, well, we've got the leaking shock, we've got broken fasteners. And these are all factors that we need to take into consideration when doing this job. Because honestly, if I'm going to take this spindle out, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to pull those upper control arms, I'm going to pivot everything out to give me clear access, because obviously I'm going to have to take this ductwork off, the deflector, excuse me. I'm going to have to take the deflector off. But these are simple things, and the inspection is so critical. Now, what am I going to do about this rust in the back? Well, we're going to use a special tool that cleans out around it. It is an abrasive pad, and basically this. Okay, and what this does is it slides right over. Now you notice, yes, it is an abrasive pad, but it's not a sanding disc. We don't want to take off any excess metal here, but we want to get the rust off. That's what this is designed for. So that's what we're going to use to clean it all. And then how do we prevent this corrosion from happening again? White lithium grease. A very, very light skim coat around the entire circumference. Not getting the white lithium on the studs because we don't want any lubricant on the wheel studs because that changes your wheel lug nut torque. Only on the facing surface of the hub. A little white lithium grease prevents water from penetrating and prevents more rust and oxidation from forming in the future. So that's going to be what we're going to do with that to prevent future oxidation. So that's the latest. Stay tuned tomorrow for more. Have a good day. Bye-bye.